Billions vanished into a secret project for years. Elon Musk is known for his bold moves and often bizarre ventures. His personal spending habits can be even stranger than his public business deals. He once secretly bought an entire Cold War era submarine. It was a Kilo class attack vessel from the 1980s. The purchase happened in 2018 for an estimated $150 million. He reportedly used it to test underwater boring techniques for his tunnel company. This 25-meter submarine was later heavily modified. Its torpedo tubes were removed and replaced with experimental sensors. 5 distinct sensor arrays were installed for data collection. The project ran for 8 months before being completely scrapped. It involved a team of 20 engineers. The vessel itself was decommissioned in 1997. Another curious acquisition involved a massive collection of antique astronomical instruments. These weren't just decorative pieces for a museum. They were functional telescopes, astrolabes, and orreries from the 1400s to the 1900s. He acquired 334 items over 2 years. The total cost was around $20 million. Sources suggest he used them to inspire new designs for SpaceX optical tracking systems. He believed old methods could spark new ideas. One particular brass astrolabe dated back to 1492. It was found in a remote European auction house. This single astrolabe alone fetched a price of $2 million. His team spent countless hours dissecting the mechanics. They documented every gear and lens. Over 5,000 detailed diagrams were generated. This effort aimed to understand forgotten precision engineering. He also once secured ownership of a defunct underground missile silo complex. This wasn't for space launches directly, it was for advanced battery storage research. Located in a deserted area of Nevada, the site had 20 individual silos. Each silo was 60 meters deep. The acquisition happened in 2019. The landmass covered 2,000 acres. The purchase price was reported as $80 million. He saw unique potential in the stable subterranean environment. His engineers experimented with new lithium-ion cell architectures there. They processed over 200 tons of raw materials. The project lasted for approximately 1 year and a half. It involved a workforce of 80 technicians. The complex had been abandoned for 30 years. Then there was the curious case of an entire private island purchase in the South Pacific. Not for a vacation spot, it was to develop a self-sustaining AI research colony. The island was roughly 5 square kilometers in size. It housed 50 scientists for a total of 3 years. This happened from 2020 to 2023. The initial investment was $300 million. He wanted an isolated environment, free from external interference. They explored advanced neural network algorithms there. They ran simulations using 20 petabytes of data. The island itself had a small active volcano and 3 freshwater springs. The project aimed to create a truly autonomous AI system. It generated over 100 research papers. He once bought a vast number of ancient manuscripts. These were not random books for a library. They were texts on classical engineering and early robotics. 5,742 distinct scrolls and codices were acquired. The total cost was approximately $75 million. This happened over 4 years from 2017 to 2021. He hoped to find overlooked principles. His team digitized every single page. They used optical character recognition on 10 million words. The oldest manuscript dated back to 300 BC. It detailed ancient automatons. He believed in learning from past technological attempts. One codex described a complex water clock. A secret acquisition involved a fleet of derelict deep-sea oil rigs. He didn't want the oil or gas. He wanted the platforms for floating rocket launch and landing pads. 12 rigs were purchased in 2022. Each rig weighed approximately 50,000 tons. The total cost for the rigs themselves was $50 million. An additional $200 million was spent on modifications. These platforms were towed to international waters. They provided stable bases far from populated areas. Engineers worked for 9 months converting them. 3 of these rigs are still being retrofitted. They aim for fully autonomous operations by 2026. The fleet covered an area of over 1 square kilometer. He also bought a colossal collection of vintage space race memorabilia. This wasn't for simple display, it was for detailed reverse engineering and material analysis. Over 10,000 artifacts were acquired. These included pieces of rockets, capsules, and spacesuits. The purchases spanned from 2015 to 2023. The total expenditure exceeded $100 million. He sought insights into Cold War aerospace engineering. His material scientists examined the alloys used in Mercury and Apollo programs. They performed over 5,000 stress tests. He wanted to understand why those materials failed or succeeded. This knowledge informed early Falcon 9 development. Over 200 technical reports were drafted. One unusual venture saw him acquire a failing robotics company. Not for its patents or existing products, but for its research team. The company specialized in bio-inspired robotics. It had 55 highly skilled engineers. The acquisition happened in 2020. The price was $60 million. He integrated them into his AI and robotics divisions. They focused on developing advanced humanoid mechanics. Their work involved simulating human movement with extreme precision. They built 20 experimental prototypes. Each prototype had over 200 individual motors. The goal was truly agile and versatile robots. Their budget was set at $30 million yearly. He secretly invested in an old, abandoned silver mine. This was not for mining silver. It was to create an underground data center. The mine was located in Arizona. It had over 300 kilometers of tunnels. The purchase was made in 2021. It cost $30 million. He liked the natural cooling and security it offered. His teams installed racks for 100,000 servers. They used advanced geothermal cooling systems. The facility consumes 50 megawatts of power. It has been operational for 1 year and a half now. It stores vast amounts of AI training data. The temperature remained a constant 18 degrees Celsius. Finally, there was the purchase of a failing experimental fusion reactor project, not to revive it directly, but to study its failures. The project had been running for 20 years. It had cost over $1 billion. Elon acquired it in 2023 for a mere $70 million. It was a tokamak design. He disassembled it piece by piece. His engineers analyzed every component. They found over 170 design flaws. This information was crucial for understanding future energy solutions. He believed failure provided the best lessons. His teams documented everything over 7 months. This detailed analysis could save future projects billions. The reactor itself was 60 meters tall. He once bought a controlling stake in a struggling quantum computing startup, not for immediate commercial use, but to explore its fundamental physics implications. The startup had developed a 20-qubit machine. The acquisition took place in 2022 for $120 million. He believes quantum computing held keys to understanding the universe. His researchers now work on integrating quantum concepts into neural networks. They are running simulations with 300,000 data points daily. The goal is a hybrid classical quantum AI. They are exploring new algorithms for optimized solutions. This endeavor could redefine computing itself. It involves a team of 30 physicists. They publish papers under strict non-disclosure agreements. The research budget exceeds $40 million annually. The first breakthroughs are anticipated within 5 years. This research is highly classified.